The most wonderful thing about winter? Oh, it has to be coming home at night, with the snow still sparkling, getting out of the cold into a warm, warm house. Which is still freezing because the dog is sleeping on the vent. Oh well, that's what fire magic is for.
Whoa, you do that to a dog?
Leave. I want to knit something for all my friends. Thin mints for Undyne, a tail warmer for ALPHYS, a horribly ugly sweater for Sans, mittens for PAPYRUS, that I suppose he can just wear over his gloves. Oh, Sans is just terrible during the winter time. There was this evil thing he did recently. He intentionally stood outside in the cold until his bones were absolutely chilled. Then he said, "Tori, can we talk about something?" So I leaned down to listen to him. And he just put his horrible freezing hands right on my face! I am going to start pouring hot water on him before I let him in. The winter party? Oh, we will not discuss this.
Ah, I like winter. You can go out to a great big field where it's all quiet and lets the snow fall right through you until you're buried deep in a snowbank. I wouldn't do that if you aren't a ghost. When it gets freezing outside, and I'm feeling a little melancholy, sometimes I like to have a cry and watch my tears turn into beautiful ice crystals. Oh, sometimes it's so beautiful, it just makes me cry even more. Mettaton wants to hire me for a ski resort, crying to ice up the slopes of my tears. Oh, I always wanted to do that.
Winter! Now that's my time of year! As in, it's essentially default to me, so it doesn't really excite me that much, but this year was very special. We were able to put on a big holiday celebration for all our friends. All sorts of people came to the party bearing gifts. For example, Undyne and ALPHYS brought a pair of treats. Undyne brought a container of her famous spaghetti, which, when it was opened, seemed to only contain flames. And ALPHYS brought a cookie tin containing a small fire extinguisher to wash it down with. Much merriment was had, gathered around the television, watching seasonal specials like Mettaton Saves Santa Claus and Mettaton the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I noticed Asgore getting teary as he watched. He must have been stunned by the raw emotional beauty of the 30-minute-long dance party in the middle of every movie. As the night progressed, Miss TORIEL got very rowdy. I think she had too much eggnog. She started drawing hair on my brother's head with a marker and singing holiday songs very loud, but replacing the lyrics with curse words. She kept trying to get ALPHYS to sing with her, holding her little yellow arms and waving them back and forth. We ended up locking her in the garage where she fell asleep. She looked kind of bad just lying there, so I put a cloth over her and some candelabras on top to make her match the decor. At the end of the night, Sans was curled up on the couch, sleeping in his clothes as usual. Come on, Sans, you don't even have a blanket. It's dishonorable to sleep without a blanket. Oh, but he didn't hear me, so I had to put a blanket on him myself. Pathetic, isn't it? A grown man getting tucked in without even telling me a bedtime story. What a mess! Bottles and confetti everywhere, broken eggs and spears on the floor, one of Mettaton's legs lost in the confusion. Sans had better help me clean this. I had half a mind to wake him up. But seeing Sans sleeping so soundly, it made me think. He had never said so, but I think he was happy to celebrate the holidays with so many friends. I can't remember the last time he was able to do that. Maybe after a day like this, he was having a nice dream. So I let him sleep. But he better not expect me to clean up by myself next time. That good dream was my present to him.
Winter's cool, huh? Well, that's putting it mildly. This winter, Papyrus threw a holiday party for everyone. He pretty much set up everything himself. Honestly, I'm pretty proud of him. All I helped him with was deboning the food. So I removed the bones, put in the cake, the salsa, guac dip, the punch, oh yeah, he even made a welcoming puzzle for the party. A giant labyrinth made of ice, snow, and musical ornaments to baffle and confound his friends with holiday cheer. You, had to get through it to get to the front door. I think Asgore got lost in there for a while. UNDYNE had to go save him. She found him huddling around a homemade fire, eating a fruitcake like it was an MRE. I think everyone else came through the back door. Not gonna lie, the party was kinda a mess. But, you know, isn't that nice? Starting something's half the deal. Nothing happens if you don't reach for the stars. Or at least that's what he's always saying constantly, trying to wash his hands in his giant sink.
I'm not really a huge fan of winter. The days getting shorter is a huge letdown. Plus, when I get cold, I tend to, start moving and talking in slow motion. Fortunately, this winter, I had a brand new, extremely efficient space heater. I made a nice space to put the heater in too. I put it in a hole in the floor and then put a table over it. Then covered the table with a blanket to the floor. It was really nice putting your legs underneath. What's more, the heat tends to attract cute kitties. By that, I mean, I found Catty sleeping under there. I didn't even invite her over. She said something like, "Hey, ALPHYS, like, don't worry, I got you an orange." But it was, just a peel. She, ate my oranges. She had to go get her stomach pumped. Cats can't, eat oranges. The next day, I heard dance music coming from under the table with colorful flashing lights. It sounded like there was, a crowd under there. I tried to sit with my legs under it, like normal, but someone came out and asked me if I was on the VIP list. Actually, maybe I'll just use a fireplace next year.
Space heater? She means moi. While she was performing her regular repairs on me, she installed modifications on my rectangular form to allow me to exceed my normal hotness. Then she begged me to hang around under her table. Welly well, who am I to refuse my biggest fan? But don't think being under a table means the show won't go on, darling.
UNDYNE, was so cute at the party. Wearing the special Mew Mew cat ear earmuffs I gave her. And then I don't like singing outside of karaoke, but if she hears even a single verse, she can't help but join in. She's not that great at staying in tune, but she puts her whole heart into it. And that's music to my ears. She almost makes it a contest to sing the loudest. But between her and TORIEL singing carols, it got pretty loud. That was one of the things that made her we don't have to talk about this.
House looking barren? Tired of tacky tinsel? Why top your tree with a 5-pointed star when you can top your tree with a TV star? Try Mettaton brand holiday ornament. Mettaton brand ornament will rotate and dance. Mettaton brand ornament can speak several poorly digitized languages. Warning, Mettaton brand ornament may destroy other ornaments out of jealousy. Warning, do not antagonize Mettaton brand ornament. Warning, if Mettaton brand ornament escapes, call the authorities immediately. Papyrus's holiday party? Oh, yes! I was just offering to Miss TORIEL a sample of my Mettaton brand super adult winter eggnog when, out of the corner of my optical sockets, I spied a certain pink-haired hussy in the kitchen, uninvited, pouring Blookie a cup of ghost juice in the most unrefined manner, and generally making an incorporeal mess all over the floor. Oh my stars! Look, darling, if you can't properly lift a teacup delicately with the tip of your high-heeled boots, then just turn 360 degrees and walk directly in front of you out the door. I'm sure you'll have a better time in the mind maze. Then, oh my, she had the absolute robotic gall to challenge me to a chainsaw duel. Please, darling, I would never engage in such barbaric activity if it's not being recorded. But still, she escalated the situation, pouring ghost juice into my smile sensors. And it wasn't even a flavor I liked. Not that I know anything about ghost flavors. The situation had gone flipsy-dipsy, darling. So we decided to settle things as responsible adults. With bombs. And various bullets. You know, I ended up so dazzled by my own moves I can hardly recall the details of the event. But I remember ALPHYS and UNDYNE peeling us off the floor. My head lying on ALPHYS's extremely small knee. Where is NAPSTABLOOK? I asked.
Stop pretending to die dramatically. They left.
They left? Why? I asked, dying dramatically.
They don't like fighting.
Mew Mew and I looked outside, our hands conspicuously close on the window pane. Blookie was out there, crying, tears forming into beautiful ice crystals. I felt a strange feeling. 2 of them. 1, a pang of regret. And 2, I bet it would be really popular if they could cry up ice from my ski resort. ALPHYS went back to the living room with UNDYNE, leaving Mew Mew and I alone in the kitchen. Undyne, she sure is happy with ALPHYS, huh, Mew? She said, forcing a smile. Yes, and ALPHYS, she sure is happy with UNDYNE, I said with a dazzling grin. And so we stood there in silence, drinking ghost juice that neither of us could taste.
My favorite thing about winter? It's gotta be winter sports. Snow wrestling, snow baseball, snow football, and of course, snow hockey. The last match we all played was unforgettable. Me, Asgore, and Sans versus ALPHYS, TORIEL, and PAPYRUS. Action, betrayal, teamwork. It could have been a movie.
A disaster movie, maybe.
Hey, what the heck are you doing in my monologue?
I was the referee, darling.
Ref? All you did is sit on the side in a super tall chair, taking selfies with giant sunglasses on.
I can't help that the sun sparkling off the ice highlights my natural beauty.
Natural? Anyway, it was a great match. Everyone had a blast.
ALPHYS was running from you and yelling the whole time,
You gotta tackle the person with the puck.
which got accidentally stuck to her stick from the cold.
Really? I thought she was just playing really well.
Bursting from the ice like a shark didn't help her either.
Look, I wanted her on my team, but PAPYRUS chose her first.
Don't worry, ALPHYS. I won't let you get picked last.
I was gonna pick her, PAPYRUS. I was going to. Speaking of PAPYRUS, he was on me the whole match. Almost literally. He kept tackling me the whole time. But, he put on so much protective gear, he'd just bounce off me with a noise like a squeaky toy. When he did get the puck, he'd just pass it back to ALPHYS. Except for once when he passed it to Sans, because he forgot they weren't on the same team. Sans gave it back, though. Sans! That's right, I was playing with a handicap too, you know. My teammates were barely playing. TORIEL and Sans just stood at the center of the ice, slapping their hockey sticks together over and over, saying stuff like, "Is this how you play? Is this how you play?" while pretending not to understand the rules. Meanwhile, my other teammate, Asgore, ended up falling into a fishing hole in the ice, getting his leg stuck inside. I was so into the game, I didn't really notice, and didn't really say anything, so... Anyway, I eventually pulled him out, only to discover "Some King" had been written on his behind in magic marker. Eventually, ALPHYS got a headache and had to take a break.
TwoAllNighters virtual streamer event.
So I decided to swap the teams around to something more fair. Everyone against me. They agreed.
We will not lose, Undyne. We'll show you the power of love and hockey.
PAPYRUS rallied his team together for a huddle to discuss strategies. Or so they thought. Ha! You left yourselves wide open! I kicked everyone down like bowling pins and scored repeatedly. The game timer reaches the 3/4 point in a flash. Ha 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 ha! 77 points to 0! You thought you could win? I laughed in everyone's face individually while flexing.
The power of love wasn't enough?
Damn it! PAPYRUS! I went too far. I was about to apologize to him when suddenly Sans scored a goal behind me. Then he went over to ALPHYS humming and did some kind of finger-pointy, arm-crossy dance. ALPHYS pushed him away and told him to stop being cringe culture. Then PAPYRUS had the puck. I was gonna steal it when TORIEL tackled me from the side, letting him score. You've got a lot of guts, old lady. Though it wasn't too bad being pinned by something so fluffy. So it kept going. TORIEL tackling, the puck suddenly disappearing, PAPYRUS scoring, Sans dancing, ALPHYS and Asgore watching videos. Wait, even ALPHYS scored at one point. ALPHYS, I thought you were playing.
I just wanted to know what it felt like.
Finally. Only a few minutes left in the match. 100 to 99. Bite your nails, bite your fins. It was all down to this as we squared off on the ice. Then, a little white dog showed up and stole the puck! Nobody could catch the damn little thing. It ended up running in circles, jittering in and out of the goal, racking up hundreds of points. Eventually, it dropped the puck in front of PAPYRUS, wagging its tail, and I smashed it into the sky. The puck, I mean. The dog jumped after it up into the light of the sun and never came back down. Our final score?
100 to 99 to 225. Winner, dog!
How does that count? So nobody won? What the hell was the point of all that struggle? Everything seemed lost. Until TORIEL took out a thermos and poured everyone some warm alphabet soup. You know, relaxing on a snowy blanket next to the heater, drinking homemade soup together after a tough match. Kinda makes you feel like everyone's a winner, right? Psych! Screw that dog! I won! I totally won!
Did you just call me the heater?
Oh, I drank some too, even though it passed through me. It was a little warm, but best of all, there was a special message at the bottom of the alphabet soup. One that made me tear up. It was the lyrics to my favorite holiday song. Ooh.
Golly, the best part about winter? Probably the beautiful white snow, blanketing the ground. Completely indistinguishable from the dust of your friends. Huh? What do I want this year? When you grow up, you stop wanting things for the holidays. Besides, even if you bought me, say, a bike, where would I even put it? And how would I even ride it? It'd be a complete waste of everyone's time. A red bike with a golden basket, it would be completely useless. You hear me? Useless. This ribbon? Who cares who gave it to me? I haven't lost the right to be snug, have I? You're jealous. Golly, that's right. The party. They left her there. Abandoned her in the garage to rot in the cold. Her mind burnt to nothing from all that merrymaking. To think that she made so many friends. They're lucky they never saw her living in the ruins. Living in loneliness. Waiting for someone to fall down. At her worst, even forgetting to eat or sleep. Pathetic! I remember finding her and laughing. Laughing at how miserable she looked. Splayed out on the ground in weakness. Guardian of the ruins. You can't even take care of yourself. And then, I don't know why, but with half-closed eyes, she touched my face and said, "Asriel, I'll never let you go again," and fell asleep. Idiot. You can't even take care of yourself.
Why, yes. There was a time in the ruins when I had fallen asleep in the floor. How did you know that? Well, the strangest thing was that when I woke up, I was in bed and there was a glass of water next to me. I always assumed I'd forgotten to get up, but... A long time ago, I knew someone that always filled up their glass so the liquid was just peeking over the brim. It was the most efficient way to fill it, they said, regardless of how thirsty they were. Because of that, my son started doing it too, and... well, there were a lot of spills in the house. In the ruins that time, the glass was full just like that. And recently, when I woke up after the party, the glass next to me was too.
I like Santa Claus. He's a nice old man that never changes. No matter how cruel everything gets, he laughs calmly and comforts the people of the world. Don't you think he's a bit like a superhero? To tell you the truth, I was never an excellent leader. But I think I might be a nice Santa Claus. Ho ho ho! Though I cannot fit inside a chimney. Last time I tried, I got stuck. They ended up drawing a face on my behind. Gee willikers. Rudy! Love the holidays, you know. Around that time of the year, he'd put on his glowing red nose, and we'd walk into the night together, placing presents side by side in the snow. I was his Santa, he was my Rudolph. I can still hear him tapping on his doorframe saying, "Don't forget the mistletoe, big guy," as I walk into his Snowden cottage with a warm slice of fruitcake on the table. His youngest daughter peeking shyly from around the corner. For a little while it was like another home. I knew him for a long time. Even when I first met him at Hauntland University, he always called me Big Guy. As time passed, one day, he started looking older than I. I remember him saying, "Guess I'll have to call you Little Guy now, huh?" Then he paused and said, "Nah, you'll always be the big guy to me. You wanna know why?" "Why?" I asked him. "Because Gory, you're bigger than me, stupid." Then he just kept laughing. "Physically bigger, idiot!" What a funny man. I was there for it all. His youth, his marriage, his fatherhood. Then, suddenly, one day, he fell down. Rudy, I was never able to show you the sun. But Rudy would be happy to see our world today. His daughters get to grow up in the sunlight. The youngest one has such a kind face. I think she'll make many new friends. Isn't that nice?
Asgore? The heck? Are you standing alone in the cold?
I finished putting out all the presents. Not much for me to do now, I'm afraid.
What? Are you kidding? Come on, we're about to light up the tree.
Oh, of course. Golly, it's quite a large one this year. Ho ho ho.
Yeah! I smashed a few together to make a super tree!
Super tree?
Look, Asgore! Matching red scarves!
Matching? With who?
Me and my... Where'd he go?
Alright, everyone. Time to flip the switch. 3, 2, 1. Lights on!
Oh, how wonderful.
This tree! It's beautiful!
Yeah. There's even a decorated one with lights over here.
Wow, that tree is also beautiful!
Here, everyone, a cup of warm soup.
Whoa. You really filled it up, huh?
Of course, it's more efficient that way.
It is, isn't it?
Hey everyone, let's sing carols!
Oh, shall we?
Don't forget the star at the top of the tree.
Ah, it's a winter miracle.
Get down from there!
Mew Mew, cue the dance music.
How the heck can we sing carols to this?
No way to know if you don't try.
Then, shall we?
Not like you'd get the original lyrics right anyway.
Undyne, we'll show you the power of winter!
Hey, I'm on your side!
Ho ho ho. What a wonderful winter.
September. Did nobody notice it was September?